Cronos, the New Dawn, deep dive into combat. I missed this video, so we're gonna watch it now. Shout out the Bloober Team.
Hello, my name is Jacek Zięba and I am game director in Project Cronos.
And my name is Shamil Yanbukhtin. I'm lead combat designer here in Cronos.
All right, talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Combat in Cronos, the New Dawn.
Serious business. So we want to make a combat experience in a surviving atmosphere where we put a lot of emphasis into a tactical experience for the players.
We need to stay cautious and call all the time because our enemies, Orphans, can merge with each other. So when you kill an enemy, it creates, in a way, a fuel for other enemies to be absorbed and then to become stronger.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So yeah, it's tactical gameplay, but during the fight, you need to also think very fast. What should you do?
Since we're aiming into the tactical and decision-making approach, we are making each encounter in the game handcrafty, which leads to that somewhere you have environment as your own advantage. Somewhere not, and it's going to be a disadvantage. Somewhere you can use the canister. Somewhere you can lure the enemy out into your position. Or you can do vice versa and just go into melee and fight with your enemies with your best luck.
There's no one
you could
solution
go box it out.
How to, clear out arenas and so on. Depends on your playstyle. Even in, in here when we, develop the game, some of us play more offensive, more defensive. It all depends on your loadout, your gameplay style in a way, and how you want to approach it, and how many resources you have. So there's a lot of variability there.
It's actually
that's a good
up
question.
to you how the resource management would be handled, because here we are giving you different types of weapons, different tools, abilities, and throughout the game you have to by yourself figure out what works best for you, what kind of player you are and what kind of strategy fits for you better in our environment.
Resource management is also a key, of course, in survival horror, but definitely in our game. So it's very important what you are doing before the fight with the resource, during the fight and after the fight. If you are a more offensive player, you can craft maybe more ammunition. You're a more defensive one or want to have more health packs. Okay, from the same resources, you will decide, okay, I want to have something for, when it will be needed.
I mentioned in a previous video, probably the last video I did, that I like when you're not forced to finish a level or finish a certain area a certain kind of way. Like, I like games where they just give you tools and let you work through and do it the way you see fit, to play the game the way you see fit.
Yes, of course you can. As many other survival horror games, we made a decent progression tree for the player, so you can upgrade your weaponry, your tools, your suit. It's up to you how you would like to upgrade your character that fits best for your playstyle.
Bets.
In Cronos game, we came up with different takes on the enemies. So here we build different types of roles for them. So imagining a role of a runner whose basic goal is to run to the player and kill him as fast as it can. Or a different one, which is like a ranger character who stands behind and shoots you and forces you to go closer to him. There are bruisers, there are big-ass tanky guys whose the only goal is to grab as much resources they can from you. With that idea, we created a lot of unique encounters within the game, and we're asking you to think, analyze, and decide on yourself what would be the best target to start fighting.
All of that is flipped by a merge system, so even if you're very good at what Shamil said, when merge happen, now your running enemy can become a tank enemy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And even
So basically, like every other game, like where you shoot off body parts and you create a new enemy, or this enemy combines with that enemy. So yeah, I like how they're adding elements from other survival horror games and making it their own, making their own vibe to it. That's pretty cool. This kind of reminds me of Dead Space, Callisto Protocol, a little Resident Evil, like like the regenerators. I know these are not regenerators and they don't look like them. They just kind of remind me of those type of enemies. Those like really slimy looking enemies that could shoot out tentacles from their body and shit like that.
Have a range attack now, or other attacks, and just become stronger and stronger if you let them.
That's
merge.
disgusting.
So don't do it. So you need to be very careful, how to approach combat with our enemies, because different things can happen during the fight. But also we mix that with different types of enemies, like more sneaky ones, or like more like trap-like ones here and there, also to change the pace of the game. But also I think somebody said something about boss fights.
No,
Oh yeah,
no,
we
no,
need.
No, no. We'll not talk about boss fights.
So yeah. That's
What?
Sorry.
Hey, we want to know about boss fights. Damn it.
So all travelers need to jump to the past to extract some targets, but each of them will have different, let's say, list of them.
What does this weapon mounted scanner do?
You can find an upgrade in the game that can tell the state of health of enemies. So how much they still have before you kill them by using guns.
How does stomping work?
You raise your leg and you stomp.
With a heavy
Town
sound.
stomp.
Yeah. No.
Wait, hold on. What was the question? Is the device on a traveler's back a weapon?
No.
But it does something though. That little smirk at the end, it does do something. He just don't want to say nothing. What if you let them
You will
merge?
suffer.
He said he will suffer.
Today,
I'm
thank
dead.
you for watching, and stay tuned for more materials in the future about Cronos the New Dawn.
Cronos the New Dawn, man. See, that made me more. I ain't gonna lie, this was a great little deep dive. It wasn't too long. They gave us enough, but they didn't give us like the whole shebang. Like I like that. I like that. So let me mute this. So yeah, Cronos the New Dawn. This was a combat deep dive with the devs. They answered some questions that people have had about the game thus far. There's multiple ways you can manage your resources, and there's multiple play styles based in the way that there's different ways that you can upgrade each weapon. So they have different upgrade paths for different weapons. So you could choose the play style that you would like to play, which I really like. Because again, I like it to where you're not forced to play the game one way. You can do it how you see fit. You can run and gun. You could be more like of a kind of a zoner kind of vibe. And yeah, that's dope. It's definitely giving me like Dead Space, Resident Evil, Callisto Protocol. Like it's taking all of the best games within the genres and just mashing it up and kind of doing it their way, doing it the Bloober Team way, which is a very successful way in my opinion. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, right? So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.